Well, here we are again. My name is D.L. Goddard, and we're going to do the subject for today's is going to be rigging for saltwater fly fishing. And this is really a very important, the most important part of your entire trip. You spent $5 grand to go to this lodge. You've tied all these flies. You've got all these flies. You've got your gear in first class order, your reel, your rods, your rain gear. You've packed your bag. You've got your camera and everything. And you get everything, and you put on a fly and you throw it out there, and your leader comes apart. Or your backing separates and you lose your whole line. You tie a fly on, the knot doesn't hold, it comes off. And you can tell when the knot comes apart because it'll look like a little pigtail on the end. And that's the first thing you cut off right away before the guide and any of their other fishing friends see that. You cut that off immediately. So what we're going to try to do today is avoid having all those things happen to you and show you the way that I rig. Now there's all kinds of knots and ways of building leaders, and we're not going to really get into leader formulas because there's a million of them. And everybody has their own favorite. But I'm going to show you the basic principles that you really need for leader design, how to build two leaders. One's an all-purpose leader. You can use it for bonefish, for striped bass, for whatever. The other is what I call a big game or offshore leader. It's tied to IGFA specifications. It's got a double Bimini on it. It's a Bimini on each end with a class Tippet, 2 IGFA specs again. And it's a really very strong leader. Normally these are only about 6 to 8 foot long. They're not much longer than that. And I like a tarpon leader shorter than my rod so that when I have the fish at the boat, I can keep that whole leader outside my rod and the guide can handle the fish without worrying about that leader ripping through the guides and getting hung up or whatever. Well, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is how to set up your fly reel from the arbor all the way out to the fly. This is a direct drive Rail reel. You can take the spool right out of the reel just by a little bennett clip, push that in, and then we have the spool here. And this reel is already preloaded with 20-pound test backing. So we're gonna use some 30-pound to get started, and I'm going to tie an arbor knot on one of these dowels here just to show you how this works. And again, this is 30-pound test. What we're going to do is we'll put this in. You're going to put the line around the arbor of the reel, and then you're going to put the line around itself and tie an overhand knot and pull that up tight. And then as close to that knot, first knot, you're just going to tie another overhand knot. Pull that down tight. And we'll take a pair of scissors and trim this excess off right there.